was I saying? Oh, so, but the worst comes to worst with the picture taking. My mom has, like, a really, really good high-definition camera.
Ooh.
And she said that she can take some pictures for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I have to do is, like, bring it to Walmart, and then they can make it bigger for us.
Yee.
Which might actually be a cheaper option.
Yeah.
I don't know how my brother will feel about that, though, because to my knowledge, he's never met my mom.
Oh.
Well, so my baby brother's my half-brother.
Okay. He's
from my dad's second marriage.
Okay.
And he's aware of my mom, and my mom's aware of him, and my mom has been, like, A-plus parent, like, honey, I don't mind if you want to talk about your brother, I don't mind that you have a relationship with him, I don't mind that you have a relationship with your stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Sorry
about that crazy-ass fucking morning this morning.
How much of that was heard?
I told you I was flipping you over.
I thought you meant, like, flipping the screens!
Nope.
Flipping the screens, and because there's no audio, I also turned your audio on as well.
Excuse me while I melt into the floor as I talked about my family stuff.
Congratulations, all of Twitch knows your dirty laundry. How does it feel?
I mean, it's not that bad.
True. I could have said a lot worse. I was just saying how my mom's, like, a good parent and tried to get along with her ex-husband for my sake.
Yeah,
and
that's
still does.
amicable.
Okay. So, note for me. Next time, I will warn you I'm turning your sound on.
Thank you. Well, here's the thing, though. I talk about random shit. You guys know this.
Yes, you do, and it's hilarious.
And it's perfect for this segment of Blazewing 2010.
Anyways, sorry, busy morning this morning.
Yeah, I'll say shit.
I've had to be in like 2 different places the last 2 days, today included, because my market starts in an hour.
Oh, lovely.
So my table mate stopped by to pick up a rush job that had to be done for this morning. And she's going to go down and watch my table until I show up at 11:30.
Nice.
It's nice.
So, yeah, we've got 2 hours this morning, guys.
2 whole hours.
2 whole hours.
Probably 1.5 hours of playing, and then a half hour of theorizing.
Depends on where we are.
Yep.
So, quickly, let's do a recap. What happened last week? Also, last week's session is not up yet. I have to upload it. Moonchild knows exactly why I haven't uploaded it yet, so I'll get into details about that later.
Yeah.
Okay. Last week on Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, we decided we wanted... A lot of stuff happened, including our patron, Sophie, is being hounded by a paparazzi dude.
1 second. Fox HD, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in.
What?
Hello!
Raid, first thing in the morning, brought 5 viewers. Welcome on in. Good morning.
And we just started stream too, so you're just in time for us to do our recap of last week and to get started on this week's episode.
We are playing... Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh,
Or
yes.
did you mean like continue with the recap of last week?
Thank you so much for the raid. I'm Blazewing. My stream is sporadic. You can find me every other Sunday playing D&D. Every Wednesday doing Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York with these weirdos. With these weirdos. And sporadic crafting streams. I'm a variety streamer. I do all sorts of shit. That being said, let's continue on with our recap. What happened last week?
Alright, so... Last week on Coteries of New York, our patron Sophie was being hounded by this weird paparazzi guy who looked like a greaseball, so we had to go diplomatically speak with him, as it were. Basically, we threatened his job if he continued to put pressure on her. Then, if I remember correctly, we went with our best Malkavian buddy, Hope, as she went to go pick up some deliveries, found out that when she was alive, she had the rarest blood type in the world, which was ABRH. which only 1% of the world's population has that, by the way, fun fact, got in a car accident because another person another kindred supposedly might have been behind it, or at least that's Hope's suspicion. What else?
I believe Hope got tracked by somebody.
Hope was getting tracked by somebody, and she trusted our judgment. It seems like she still likes us. Hope, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a Malkavian who we believe suffers from DID. Basically using different, we don't know for sure, but it's heavily implied.
It also heavily implied that she makes use of a thing called tulpas.
Right, yes. That's another theory we have. We went to a church and we found out there's at least one good priest in New York.
Yeah.
Because he was holy enough and good enough person that he caused us physical pain to look at him. So we were like, good job on you, Father Roberts.
I mean, sucks for us, but good job on you for being a good person, dude.
Yeah.
Also, we may have gotten someone fired from their winery job.
Right.
So to speak.
That was another thing. We went with our other best being, Tremere, to find research about another kindred that went missing, and we had to go into this super duper VIP area to basically find this research where he did some blood magic, and luckily we weren't caught, so Masquerade not broken. Yay us. And I feel like something else happened. With the father, by the way, we met another kindred who I can't remember the name of because I just call him like weird hipster dude because he looked like a hipster. And he, we believe, is a part of the Anarch movement.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, we believe our sire, who we don't actually believe is Camarilla, would have said, hey, you should become friends with this person. Also,
I was talking about the wine job that we had to do for the Nosferatu.
Oh, right. Yes, that's another thing. Nosferatu dude, who Mr. Kaiser gave us a very strict script, and the lady went off script while we were getting his wine.
Yep.
And she almost didn't give it to us, and we forgot to say grazie on the way out, which I'm still very fixated on.
Yep.
We were given...
Yeah.
Do you know how rare it is that someone actually gives me a script for social cues in real life, and how much I could use a script for social cues, and we didn't stick to the script?
Isn't that a bloody mood?
That's a fucking mood.
I know! Sometimes you just want a script so you know what you have to say, or like, hey, if they say this, this is what you say. I want video game prompts.
Please.
All right.
I'm tired of improv.
Real life video game prompts. Yes, please.
That's what I want my superpower quirk to be.
I'm gonna make some food. I started playing literally after work. Still gonna lurk and watch y'all have fun. Yeah, no worries. Professor Fox, you are more than welcome to just chill and lurk. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you very much. And also, thank you so much for the follow.
Yay! Thanks for following and watching us. I'm gonna warn you, we're three ADHD people who have a very hard time staying on track. So we might go on tangents. We will try and stay focused, but we make no promises.
Yep. So
try is the key word here. Try.
Shall we move into our story of the day?
Yes.
Well,
we are on night 9 now, I believe.
That's what it said.
So that means we've been a kindred for a little over a week now.
Yep. Also, give me one sec, because since the intro... since we have issues with the intro, I have to adjust my volume.
Right. Turns out the intro is copywritten.
Yes.
Also, be forewarned that my tablet might get knocked over. I own 2 cats.
No worries.
One of whom's a kitten. So if you hear cursing, I apologize for nothing.
I and everyone I will ever bring here is used to me going on 5 different tangent-filled adventures in the process of doing one thing. You understand. You know what it's like.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me take a look. Wait, that's not what I want. I don't want the dictionary. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, just that one single line, huh? Cool.
Daddy's here. I forgot about that. Vamp Daddy's
Kadir, Al Asmai.
It's Wednesday.
Kadir, Al Asmai. The sheriff of New York City is knocking at the door to your haven. Give me one sec. Let me adjust my volumes again. bring that
haven
down
is.
just a touch.
How do people keep finding our havens? Havens are supposed to be safe spots.
Kadir probably knows exactly where we are because Mom probably told him.
Oh, true. Is it
Probably.
Dad's weekend finally?
Yes.
The sight comes as more than a little shocking. If he had business with you, you'd expect to see him already inside, or never see him coming at all.
Well, no, he's respecting our privacy.
Yet there he is, on the other side of the peephole, patiently and politely waiting for you to let him in.
So he's already better than Mom in that case, because Mom always lets herself in.
You carefully unlock the door and face him in silence.
Oh,
Kadir, you're up.
Hold on. Evening. There.
La 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 la.
la 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 la.
Evening. May I come in?
You simply stare at him. Your lack of an answer doesn't faze him, and your lack of resistance as he starts walking inside has obviously been interpreted as a permission.
I think we're just shocked that he's here.
Yes, we are in shock.
And
He paid us a social visit.
asking politely?
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Not only did he make a social call, but he asked politely. Kadir doesn't ask. We know this from experience. He would rather you taste the steel of his sword. I want to know why the fuck he's here. Like, seriously.
Wait. When was the last time someone asked us nicely? What if it's not Kadir?
It's a Kadir imposter.
It's... Well,
It's
I would like to-
Imposkadir.
I would like to point out, though, that... Okay, not out of character. I imagine if we were, like, really, like, not nice to him and didn't show him respect, he might have already been in the apartment.
It's very possible.
Maybe.
Once inside, he starts looking around as you cautiously stay by the door.
Haven't really had time to make this place your own yet, have you? It feels like Langley's apartment through and through. A secluded study where nobody studies anything.
We also may want to take the next opportunity to feed as soon as we can.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So ignore if we're in someone's domain because, ooh, those marks. That's from when we got...
We need blood.
We need blood bad.
Look at the books on this shelf. Obviously meant to impress guests, not to be read. They reveal nothing about their owner, aside from the aching desire to be taken seriously as an intellectual.
Damn.
He picks one of them up and smirks before putting it away.
Oh,
Someone's got tea.
I'm gonna look up this title.
Phenomenology is the word you're looking for.
Yes. I was trying to sound it out before I read it.
I'll sound you out.
Make a deer sound you out.
Kadir can sound me out any day he wants, man.
All right.
Right. I'll taste it. I'll taste the steel of his blade.
So the phenomenology of spirit is George Willem Frederick Hegel's most widely discussed philosophical work. Its German title can be translated as either the phenomenology of spirit or the phenomenology of mind. Henge described the book, published in 1807, as an exposition of the coming to be of knowledge. So he's not wrong.
Not wrong.
I think Kadir's about to drop something on us.
Right?
Go
The
ahead.
phenomenology of spirit, next to all of this garbage poetry. We can make a bet. If she's read more than 20 pages, I owe you $50 and a gallon of blood.
her!
This is weird. This seems out of character.
Little bit.
The kind of place that self-professed hermits entomb themselves in to suffer. Considering how much you have to run around these nights, you probably only use it to shelter from the sun and rest, right?
Even though he's obviously making an effort to come off as non-threatening, it's impossible to forget the first impression he made. He's actually trying to be nice.
Holy shit.
Okay,
Did
this
we
means
make that good of an impression on him?
This means a few things. This could mean that we actually made a good impression, like Blue said, that he wants something, that maybe he sees something in us that we could be useful to him and he knows about us helping his Nosferatu friend, or it's not Kadir.
Or something is seriously wrong.
Oh, that's a good point.
Ooh.
And he's trying to not charm us, but endear us to him a little bit and persuade. He's actually trying to seem like he's a decent person.
I would like to point out that unlike Miss Langley, he has yet to use his disciplines on us.
Yes, Kadir's one of the only people. Kadir and Hope, we pointed out last week, we pointed out, Kadir and Hope are the only two people that have not used their disciplines on us.
Mm-hmm.
In some respect. You still see him as a fierce predator, trying hard not to expose his true colors. You sense a familiar fight or flight response as you struggle to find a diplomatic answer to his last question. If Kadir is bothered by your silence, he doesn't let it show. He keeps walking around, toying with whatever catches his eye, and eventually he speaks up again.
Watch any baseball lately? If I had to guess, you strike me as a Red Sox fan.
I understand that reference. It's because the Red Sox suck.
Now he's inviting you to talk in a more direct manner. You attempt to overcome your physical reaction to him and reply as casually as you can.
Bitch calling me a Red Sox fan?
I mean, to be fair, Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry.
If we had that option, that's what we would say.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, if they
We have
did,
3
like,
choices,
mod-
all of which are nothing. Do we want top, middle, or bottom?
No.
We're just not saying anything, yo?
Maybe he is subtly using discipline on us.
Good morning, Justice Spark. Heads up, today is going to be a shorter day, but we are still doing stories this morning.
Alright. Dice roll time. If I don't lose my goddamn die first, I'll fucking get it later. Get it in another die.
We need to get you like a Vampire the Masquerade dice that like have blood on it, or like the actual tabletop one.
Yes. Please. If anybody wants to get me that, my link tree that should have my P.O. box on it is in the description of our shit, so 1!
That's gonna be
So
top.
number 1. ... Blah.
Your mind keeps going back to that night when everything was changed forever. Waking up in hell with a body next to you, spending a night in that underground sweatbox, unsure of what will happen next. That endless car ride. 3 strikes. A bloodthirsty crowd. That blade. A rebirth. A baptism by fire. A frightening executor who made sure the flames scarred your spirit. ...
Tension is real.
Right? As you look into his face, you realize he's read the emotions from yours.
Not in the mood to exchange pleasantries,
It's not that.
Nope.
It's not giving us the option to exchange pleasantries, Daddy.
Also, there's the very likely chance that it's not pleasantries I want to exchange, but something else entirely.
Bodily fluids, perhaps?
Do
Maybe.
we have bodily fluids?
I mean, blood is a bodily fluid. Also, saliva is a bodily fluid.
There's no animosity in his voice. He's just stating a fact.
Let me get straight to the point, then.
Please?
He momentarily stops caring about his surroundings, turning all of his attention to you, and demanding the entirety of your attention in return.
Ooh. Ooh. Sir?
I think he's about to drop something on us!
Sir!
Perhaps, preferably not his sword, maybe his, sword?
His sheath?
No, that's furries you're thinking of.
God.
Anyways!
Would gangrels be considered furries?
Yeah, it's a fine line.
Oh, God. Okay.
Focus.
Composed.
Focus.
Focused.
Blue Dragon Lady's all aflutter this morning.
And I've been up since 7. I did my morning exercises, took a shower. Okay.
See,
Professor Fox says...
There's some...
Professor Fox says, no, that's Werewolf the Masquerade. Common confusion.
There is werewolves in the Vampire the Masquerade lore.
Sure are.
Okay.
You see, there's something I've realized over the years. In large part, I may have been hired just to look menacing with a sword. But my job is all about seeing through bonds and relationships.
Okay.
The Camarilla would be safe as long as its members adhered to certain social contracts, making their dealings and affinities plain for everyone to see. But that, obviously, remains a pipe dream. This is a community of born conspirators, overly ambitious gangsters and politicians, monsters in denial, all sorts of tragically broken individuals. They are driven by desires that make them incompatible with the masquerade, incompatible with prolonged survival of the Camarilla, incompatible with the methods I use to operate. And so, I am doomed to be like a cop, constantly insulted behind my back, maybe for a good reason, but immediately called for help whenever someone loses their tableware.
I had a thought.
What's your thought?
What's your thought?
What if that first scene that we saw wasn't a flashback? What if it was a flash forward?
You think we were talking the shadow figure was Kadir?
What if it's us? I don't know. I want to know where this goes so bad! Jesus!
The only way to know is to go forward.
Yes! We must continue.
Or, like an Agatha Christie protagonist, outwardly assisted by everyone but constantly lied to about everyone's pasts and motivations, even if my failure to solve the mystery might be the end of us all.
He tries to... Sorry, you what?
It's interesting how he says Agatha Christie
Yeah.
and not like Sir Conan Doyle.
Well, Agatha Christie was also one of the world's most prolific and well-known mystery writers. Even today, her books are well-known, and she's been dead for how long?
her books were first published like in the late 1800s, right?
Something like that.
Let me look up Agatha Christie.
She's still fairly well known today. Like she's right now she's one of the world's most well known mystery writers.
Oh, she passed away in 1976.
Yeah. That's what, 50 years ago?
About 50 years ago.
Yeah.
A little under 50 years ago.
Yeah. Like, and her books are still really well known. Like, that's leaving your mark on the world. So, him mentioning Agatha Christie has to have some significance to it, because they rarely write a story like this without using foreshadowing like that.
So it will. So this year is 51 years ago. Next year will be 52 years ago.
He tries to sound like he's peacefully resigned to his fate, but it's easy to detect a tinge of regret in his voice. A voice belonging to someone who once had bigger ambitions than this. What broke him?
But is he broken?
Is he, though?
So, you see, for this detective, the why done it is far more important than who done it or how done it. When you understand all the players and their mutual obligations, you easily understand every crime. But of course, the kindred know it, so they devise ways to make my job much harder. Just like conspiracies between two unrelated actors that depend on scratching each other's backs for mutual security. Or they enforce a blood bond to make someone unexpected their thrall. A boss serving their employee, a rebel serving a tyrant, just because one is regularly being forced to drink another's blood. What has Sophie seen in you? Why does the prince keep asking me about your actions?
Oh.
How come you're being pushed to build your own coterie so fast?
That's weird.
So
I understand Sophie,
The
but
way
the prince?
So the way that we've actually been treated thus far is abnormal. This is not the way things normally play out.
Oh shit.
I would like to put forward a theory that Kadir is on the autism spectrum, so he's easier at picking up abnormalities. And this is really bugging him that we're like really, really out there.
Bean!
I will give my life for that man!
What?
Kadir, I will give my life for that man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's being, at least he's being straight up about it and, like, asking us.
Yeah. Not gonna lie. I'd rather have him as our sire than Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at least our patron.
True.
Not gonna lie. He might seem like he's tough and cold and unfeeling, but underneath, he actually seems like a great big teddy bear. He actually seems like he actually gives a shit.
Well,
What if he was a dad when he was human?
Don't break my heart like that, why don't you? Jesus Christ.
it's too early.
Look at him, though!
It's too early for feelings, man. Don't do this to me.
No!
You are surrounded by unclear motivations, which you yourself don't understand. That unnerves me, and it should unnerve you as well.
It does.
Oh,
I
it
thought that was kind of normal?
it does now, Daddy. We have choices. Why are you here? What are your motivations? Or you unnerve me?
What are your motivations?
That's a good question.
I actually agree with that. Are we unanimous?
Yeah, why are
Cool.
your motivations?
Oh, And what are your motivations?
Finally, you manage to raise your voice. Kadir notices the effort and smiles softly.
He's a dad! He was such a dad in his human life! See? Dad! Not daddy, dad. He is dad.
So, you haven't gone mute since the last time I saw you. Good.
Oh, what if he was actually worried that Sophie, like, ordered us not to say anything?
Dad.
Well, I'm here for a selfish reason. I need to develop a rapport with you to better fulfill my obligations.
At least you were being honest with us. Thank you. We really appreciate this.
Yeah, at least you're not saying, oh, I just want to get to know you better. No, I need to build a rapport with you to fix something for me.
That's fine.
The last time we met, I couldn't see you as my equal. Now that you've been accepted into the Camarilla, what choice do I have?
Fair.
I'd understand if you didn't want to see my face again, but I'm one of the faces of the New York City community, and as long as you're part of it, it's going to be impossible to avoid me.
Why would I avoid you, though?
Yeah.
Especially when I have business with you. And I do. As you might have guessed by now, one of my tasks is uncovering and understanding your bonds, and one of them might endanger our community.
So you know about Hope?
Don't you dare fuck with Hope.
Either that or it's our sire.
It's our side. Or it could be the guy we met at the church.
Maybe.
Well, that's not menacing at all. Who is he talking about? Sophie? Someone from my coterie? Or Kaiser?
Oh.
Ooh. Well, we don't have really an established coterie yet.
We're working on it, though.
Yeah, we're working on it. Ooh, what if it is Kaiser because of what happened with the wine run?
Could be. Very well could be.
See, he knows Sophie, though. And could he have objected when Sophie, like, offered to be our patron? I don't think he could have because the prince had the floor.
That I don't know.
Yeah. But we didn't meet Kaiser at the first gathering. We've only ever seen Kaiser in his tech limo.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Yeah, we haven't ever seen him outside of
Heaven.
that. I know, we haven't seen him outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask about Kaiser.
Me too.
Same.
Is this about Kaiser?
Kadir shakes his head.
Oh.
$5 says it's somebody in our coterie.
Probably.
That, that leper is bad news, if you ask me. But who doesn't trade information with him these days? No, they're not a major player.
He produces a file from underneath his coat and passes it to you. I swear to God, if it has Hope's name on it.
This is our trouble.
Oh no.
Sorry.
This is our troublemaker.
You open the file and see some printed photos. You freeze up and you recognize the face and are overwhelmed by a flood of repressed memories.
Oh God. What? Who?
It's our sire.
Emma!
No!
It's our sister.
It's about our sister. Oh no! She's looking for us.
Oh
Well, that's a twist.
no! That's like so far out of left field.
Oh no! He's gonna ask us to deal with her.
No.
See, this whole problem would just be solved if we turned her.
Yeah, but we need to get permission from the prince to turn her, remember?
Yeah.
Then I would like to suggest, if they give us the option, instead of killing her, we make that a choice, a possible option.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do a lot of ass kissing.
We want to keep her alive, yeah.
In a way.
Emma, the only person who's kept you hanging on through all these years, the only person you have in your corner in your never-ending fight against the world. You've kept your shit together so far, tried not to think about her until you got everything sorted out, but seeing her face brings a lump to your throat. You look up at Kadir, expecting answers.
Nah.
I'll be frank. At first,
No?
I thought you were
I'll
a
be
little-
frank! Sorry. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
Frank, I'm Dad.
Next run through, we name our hero Frank.
Yeah!
Yes.
The Bruja's name will be Frank.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
At first, I thought you were a total commercial failure. Someone destined to eventually disappear from the streets of New York without a trace or one soul to care.
Oh.
But it looks like your sister is the best guardian one could ask for. Lots of friends in high places, and lots of favors to collect. The word is, she'll do anything to get you back.
Emma.
She's looking for us. She's not just looking for us, she's hunting for us. And from what we've been told thus far, it seems like once she's set her eyes on a goal, she doesn't give up until she gets what she wants.
Oh, theory! What if Emma set the paparazzi in our neighborhood looking for us?
It is possible.
He did get our picture.
I do like that theory. We don't know if he got our picture. We never actually saw the shutter close.
Mm-hmm. We saw the lens.
We saw the lens, but we didn't actually see anything. We didn't actually see we didn't hear the click. We didn't hear a snap. We didn't see the shutter and the camera close. We didn't see a flash. We don't know if he got our picture. All we know is he was pointing a camera at us, which could have just been for telescopic view.
It was also never super described, like no specifics as to what kind of camera he was using.
Correct.
So he could have been using a digital camera with the sound off.
Yes, and if he was using a digital camera with the sound off, you can also take digital cameras and zoom them in and use them as a kind of telescopic or a telescope effect, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's find out what Emma's doing.
The risk of endangering us is relatively low, but far from non-existent, which means your sister must be stopped.
Oh shit.
No.
We
Kill
still
me,
have
Aaron.
we still have to feed yet. If they don't give us a chance to feed before we see Emma, there's a chance we could just rip into her. I'm just being the realist here. I don't know what you want from me.
I know, but no. Not happening.
Must be stopped. Sounds threatening. You dread thinking what he's planning.
Here's my plan. We fake a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
She can't miss somebody who's dead.
Right?
I'll arrange for you two to meet tomorrow so that you can straighten the situation out and say goodbye to the life you've forsaken.
What?
We did not forsake our life by choice.
Yeah,
Okay?
and not our choice, dude.
Hold on a
Whoa.
doggone second. This
Agent-
guy said...
Agent 187 with the Kadir emotes.
There's Kateri.
There's
We have
Kadir
Kadir emotes in chat, guys.
Yo!
Vamp Daddy.
Vamp Daddy emotes.
That's it. Agent 187. Oh, VTM emotes. I love it. Agent 187, you win the internet for today.
Yes.
But as I was saying, this guy was on our ass saying that if we ever tried to contact Emma, we lose our head.
Yes.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'll give you guys a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, their entire world's going to be turned upside down until Emma gets what she wants.
Yep.
She will not stop, it looks like. Just saying. He's basically... Normally, they wouldn't let us, but he's taking... The path that he's taking is the lesser of two evils.
True. It's harder to explain. It's because, especially, it's been implied that Emma has friends in high places, so it sounds like they'll notice if she goes missing.
Sorry, have I checked out who? Lady Knight? What? LA by Night? No. Who's that?
No, I think they mean the video game LA by Night.
No, I have not.
It's it's a tabletop game that's run by Geek and Sundry, or was run by Geek and Sundry. They do Vampire the Masquerade.
I
LA
saw
by
that
Night.
pop up on my YouTube, actually.
It's really good. I enjoy it. Taliesin Jaffe makes a guest star appearance in it.
Cool.
I mean, it's not a vampire game with a vampire tabletop without him, so.
True.
Cool. I will have to check that out. Thank you for the tip. He'll arrange... What? Your eyes must look like saucers right now.
Usually, these matters are left to my discretion, and I can't think of an easier solution. The lost sheep reappears, takes care of unfinished business, and disappears, never to be seen again. Nobody cares. It's simple. It's clean. No contrived schemes. No unnecessary victims. And it gives me an opportunity to learn more about you as I observe. When neonates interact with kine, they used to hold dear their true nature. Their true natures are laid bare for everyone to see.
Their true natures, as in how we used to interact with people, or because of what we've become?
I think they're suggesting like how kindred slowly lose their humanity as more and more time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Like how we didn't care when the worker was no longer alive after we drank her dry.
Fair.
Yeah.
Of course he's invested in being kind to you. Or he's making clear his self-serving intentions so that you don't start figuring them out yourself.
Any objections?
Can we eat first?
Any alternatives are probably worse. You shake your head. So he's actually going to set this up for us tomorrow night, which gives us the entirety of tonight, unless this conversation takes place over the course of like 8 hours, which I seriously doubt.
It could be like more like 20 minutes, maybe 40.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I'll arrange a meeting and drive you there tomorrow. Better come up with a load of bull that's easy to swallow.
He disappears from the apartment, leaving you as confused as the last time he closed the door on you.
Okay.
God damn it, you need to think it through. Emma. ... For a long time, you just sit in your haven, lost in your thoughts, trying to come up with lies that will convince the only person you've ever seen, who's ever seen the real you.
Well, at least we can go out for a bit, if only just for half the night.
Yep.
We need to eat.
We do need to
We
eat.
do.
So, I am going to suggest, since we've only got a limited amount of time, that we go refill our coffee cups now.
Okay.
Yes.
And we'll be back in about 15 minutes, so top of the hour. And then we'll get on with the second half of our night. And then depending on how quickly we finish the second half of the night, we're going to sit and theorize as we do for the end of our streams. Just bear with us. Like I said, it's a bit of a shorter stream today because there's shit going on. However, next week I should be clear and we can talk about that when we come back as well. So, get up, stretch your legs, grab yourselves, a snack or breakfast, refill your coffee cups, whatever you got to do. And we will see you guys in 15 minutes.
Okay.
See you in 15.
See you.
welcome back. Ah.
Hello.
So, we've just had a bombshell dropped on us. And you what?
Emma.
Yeah, we've just had a bombshell dropped on us, and I have to say, I am not okay with the energy that we have created in the studio today.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I speak in TikTok memes now. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. So, what do we think? Where do we want to go? Just before we continue, actually, I want to bring up that we are probably not going to get to Emma today. We can deal with Emma next week and figure out that'll give us kind of a week to figure out how we want to approach the situation. We can figure out who we're going to visit tonight, and then we can probably sit and theorize for a bit, but Emma will come next week. That being said, I don't have any pressing engagements next week, so I'm free.
I don't think I have any pressing engagements as well, so...
Okay.
I'm off this week.
So depending on how next week goes, depending on how many nights there are for this game, this visual novel game, which Lady Punit was actually just looking up, somewhere around the neighborhood of 15, which means there is the possibility that we could actually finish this visual novel next week if we sit down and hammer it out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I would also like to be the bearer of bad news and say there is not enough nights to do everything on the map.
Mm-hmm.
They probably planned it like that on purpose.
Probably. So we have to like really prioritize who we want.
Hope.
Mm-hmm.
So Hope's number one. Who's number two?
For me, the detective.
Yep.
The private
I agree.
eye.
All right, and then because this is kind of spoilery, we can only pick 3.
Yep. The other one that I want, believe it or not, if we can get him, is the guy at the church. If not, the Tremere dude.
Yeah. Tremere would be part of my top 3, along with Hope and D'Angelo.
So there's a reason I want those 3 specifically. Hope, because she has a way of manipulating people. She has a way of making people believe anything she wants. She might have multiple people in her head, and that is beautiful for her. She knows how to utilize that. Mm-hmm. The detective, because he's got keen eyes, and he has a knack for figuring shit out. He has a knack for seeing things that most people don't see. And he's also a dealer in information because he is Nosferatu. Mm-hmm. And the Tremere, because he can warp the very fabric of reality with his blood.
Mm-hmm.
With those 3, I think I think those 3 would have our backs like hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We would be, I don't want to say not unbeatable, but we would be fairly well protected. We would see things coming. We have somebody who can make people believe whatever they want. And maybe make people disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So, herein lies the question. Who do we want to go for the second half of our night tonight?
I kind of want to go for Hope.
We do still need to form better relationships with the other 2 that we want.
Yes.
I would like to point out that we have yet to have a night 2 with D'Angelo, to my knowledge.
Yes.
That is true.
Shall we go with D'Angelo then?
Yes.
Okay, keep in mind, we need to feed tonight. If we don't, there's already the possibility that we may rip into somebody. Either way, if we are given an opportunity tonight, we do need to feed.
Mm-hmm. We did also feed in front of D'Angelo, and that did not turn out well for us.
Mm-mm.
I still want to go with D'Angelo.
Okay.
But we're gonna have to do it tonight, whether we want to or not. Otherwise, we risk losing control. There's a balance there that needs to be maintained.
Yeah.
Because if we go ape shit, that's gonna violate the masquerade, and that's gonna get us into more shit than it would if we just feed in front of D'Angelo.
True.
Plus,
Plus, it'd probably be safer to feed with D'Angelo over the Tremere.
Yes.
Because we've interacted with the Tremere, and he's clearly Sheldon.
That being said,
Mm-hmm.
Hope probably won't give a shit. Hope would probably just sit there and cheer us on from the sidelines.
She pretended to have a cam show.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't care at all.
Nope.
So, are we going with D'Angelo?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
And just be like, dude, we haven't eaten. We were shot at last night.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while since you've heard from D'Angelo. Maybe he's busy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, or maybe he pissed off the wrong people and is now rotting in a ditch somewhere. Either way, now's as good a time as any to check up on him. Prepare to walk into things. You make your way through the now familiar rusty maze of the grain terminal and up the stairs to D'Angelo's office. This time, however, you find the room firmly locked. There's a note pinned to the door. You rip it off and scan the crooked lettering. There's been another one. The scene now. Come to Bed-Stuy, corner of Pulaski and Garvey, ASAP.
So, Best Buy?
Wait, hold on. Is this in code?
Are
Are we supposed to read, like, the lowercase?
Hang on. So the uppercase it starts as THEEEAOHE, which doesn't bring out anything to the forefront. But the smaller case is ERSNNTR. I don't want to say, or I don't think there's a hidden message in here.
Okay.
But again, it's not just me that's reading this, it's up to you guys too.
I don't think so. Let's not focus on it too much. We don't want a repeat of, like, when we were trying to read the button smashes.
Okay.
We don't want to go down another rabbit hole today.
We don't have enough time.
Looks like D'Angelo could use your help. Better get going. As you approach the address D'Angelo gave you, a squad car passes you by, sirens blaring. Following it, you make a turn from DeKalb Ave onto Pulaski Street. Sure enough, the street is awash with red light, and the 4 or so police cars parked on the nearest corner next to an ambulance confirm that you're in the right place. You move closer to what appears to be New York's finest convention, looking around in the hopes of spotting a familiar, if not altogether pleasant face. No such luck. True to his Nosferatu lineage, D'Angelo is nowhere to be seen. You stop on the sidewalk across the street, trying not to draw attention to yourself. All of a sudden, one of the cops standing by the entrance to the building looks straight at you. He does a double take, and you instinctively look away. Bad move, you think to yourself, as you notice him making his way toward you. Do we calmly wait for him to approach, start walking away, or make a run for it?
Calmly?
He's already seen us.
We might as well calmly, just like, dude, this is a murder scene. Why wouldn't we want to stay around? It's awesome.
This is a train wreck. Of course we're gonna gawk at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not allowing panic to set in, you stand your ground, doing your best ordinary citizen impression.
Hi.
The cop waddles across the street towards you, his sense of authority putting that extra spring in his step.
Oh, God.
You try to remain calm, even as he puts his hand on his holster. Shit! You can't help but mouth the word. This is about to get messy.
Oh, fuck.
Suddenly he stops, as if instinctively realizing that he was just inches away from a grisly demise. He waves at you dismissively and yells in a thick Brooklyn accent. Who can do Brooklyn? Lady Punit, can you do a Brooklyn accent? I know for a fact you can do a Brooklyn accent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's been a murder. Wait, hold on. I gotta extend the screen.
Yep.
Hey, this here's an active crime scene. Hold on. I can't.
Come on, you can do
I
it.
know I can do it. Just
You
give
got this.
You do it every week. Every week we play D&D. Come on, you can do this. You got this.
Just think of yourself as male version of Briar.
I'm trying to. Hey. This is an active crime scene. Be on your way.
Well done.
Thank you.
Relieved, but trying not to show it. You put on your grumpy New Yorker face and start to walk away. What the fuck's a grumpy New Yorker face?
I don't know.
As you make your way
We
past,
all try to make a grumpy New Yorker impression.
as you make your way past a dark alleyway, someone grabs you by the arm and pulls you into the shadows.
Yep.
If the smell of cigars and cheap cologne don't give him away, the gravelly voice sure does. Who had D'Angelo?
Hey,
I think
I did.
Yeah.
Nice save. I mean, dumb to show your face around here in the first place, but still.
You told us to come here.
Yeah, you
Well-
left a note and everything.
Well then, sweetheart. Sorry.
Come on. I'm parked around the corner.
Before you know it, you're sitting in the passenger seat of a busted old sedan parked half a block away, giving you a nice view of the police gathering.
Oh.
Here's our feeding opportunity for the night.
No. Seriously? New York's finest?
We can take them, let me talk to them, I'll get us in, or do your shadowy, skulky thing.
Fuck!
Yep! It's the cop or nothing tonight, I guess.
I mean,
We haven't really gotten two... I don't really recall us having gotten 2 opportunities in one night, and I don't know if I want to stretch it another night. But that also means there's going to be a... Wait, we don't necessarily have to kill him. Doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a body. But...
also, there's a possibility that D'Angelo would be like, the fuck, man? You know what? No, I'm taking you out somewhere to get food.
we don't know that, though.
No.
Two are all about stealth, but we can't afford to wait another night to drink unless we're guaranteed, like, hey, we'll go get something to eat before we go meet your sister.
Which right now we don't have a guarantee of.
Like, Kadir has been nice to us, but we don't know how far that kindness goes.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save and exit, and then we're gonna go right back in.
Okay.
We're gonna find out where the feeding opportunity leads us.
Okay. And if it's like death and destruction and mayhem?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
We can take them. No sweat, see? There's only 2 of them. That we know of. Might be more inside.
I hate it when he's right.
I don't know, kid. I can handle risky, but this seems downright stupid.
Grow some balls, or you're probably right. How far do we want to take this?
Let's think this logically. There's been a murder.
Yep.
How many police officers are usually stationed outside a murder scene?
Yes.
Not
A
an
small-
answer.
Is a small squadron, at least, depending on how gruesome things are.
Well, they said there's 4 cop cars, and each cop car... The cops generally don't do things on their own unless they're in a car, but from what I understand, a lot of the times cop car is at least 2 people in it, has like 2 passenger and a driver, right? For cops.
Yeah.
So 4 cop cars, that's a total of maybe 8 altogether. Max.
Yeah.
Unless there's more that came on foot, but we haven't been given notice that cops have come in on foot, or we haven't been hinted at that. All we know is that there's four cop cars passed outside, which I want to say leaves us with the number 8 max.
At the least, to begin with.
Minimum 4, max 8.
Yeah.
Rest crocheting.
We do have to feed.
We do have to feed.
This is the downside to being undead. Some rather unsavory shit. This, I'm pretty sure, is why kindred lose their humanity. You literally have to stop caring to survive.
We would make shitty kindred.
We would.
We would. We care way too much.
I mean, unless we became consensualists, because that's a feeding type.
I mean, you're not wrong about that, and that's probably where I'd sit with that.
Same.
Do we tell him to grow some balls, or do we tell him he's probably right?
If we say you're probably right, won't that, like, disqualify the feeding?
Yes, probably.
Grow some bowls. We need a feed. I don't want to kill our sister.
Lady Punit?
I'll defer to the group.
Okay. Let's see what rabbit hole we're going down this morning.
Hi.
Yep.
Here to comfort me.
Come on, did your balls fall off along with most of your skin? Where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, snap! Fucking snap!
Sass! We have chosen violence today, everyone.
He leers at you. Though he'd never admit it, you can tell it got to him a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, D'Angelo.
Funny, kid. Fine, let's do it your way. Hell, I was getting hungry anyway.
There you go. We
Just-
can apologize later.
Just take it slow. Don't make a mess of it. Get in close before you make your move. You take one, I'll nab the other. Nice and clean. You get out of the car, careful not to slam the door behind you. You take a good look around, scoping out the area, making sure there's no one around. As you cross the street, you look back and note that Angelo is no longer in the car. Good. Let's hope he gets in position for when it's time to act. You mosey along the sidewalk, getting closer to the two cops. As you get closer, one of them looks your way with a look on his face saying, "Can I help you?" And before he can even open his mouth, you pounce on him, sinking your teeth into his neck. Fighting off the urge to savor the moment, you quickly make off with him into the shadows of a nearby alley. There, away from prying eyes, you lean the unconscious cop against an overstuffed dumpster and finish your meal. It's not the most appetizing environment, but it'll have to do. You make it quick and to the point, gulping down the precious blood as if it were your last. Out of the corner of your eye, you see D'Angelo and the other officer have joined the feast.
Ew.
Once you've both had your fill, you lean the officers against the wall, mindful to put their hats back on. Don't let anyone say you're not respectful of authority. An eerie quiet befalls the alley. For a brief moment, you stand there, listening intently, looking around for any witnesses. Not a soul. Looks like you got lucky this time.
Oh boy.
Finding the crime scene proves easy enough. You just follow the yellow police tape, and before you know it, you're standing in the middle of what used to be someone's living room. Guys, I think we got away with it.
No.
I hope so.
I think we got away with it.
Holy shit.
Not,
fuck.
not just holy shit. Those were cops, and I think we got away with it.
We got away with assaulting police officers?
Man, things you only hear on my stream.
Someone needs to
good
put that.
The place has been completely trashed. Knocked over. Furniture, shattered glass, the works. Looking around, you notice a sign scribbled on a nearby wall. It reads, "His gift, our fate." You're no expert in typography, but the crooked letters look similar to the ones you saw back in the Red Hook. Sure enough, there's very little in terms of blood, save for the occasional stain that's bound to end up on the carpet once you toss someone through a glass coffee table.
I mean...
D'Angelo leans in against the doorway. He seems lost in his thoughts, sucking on his cigar compulsively and mumbling to himself.
Monologuing.
You lean over a bit, trying not to make it obvious that you're listening in, and you manage to catch the last few lines of his monologue.
The night's been kind to them so far, but the questions keep piling on, and now they found themselves amidst the wreckage of another life.
God damn it, D'Angelo.
It was up to them to sift through the debris and come up with a neat little pile of answers.
I love how just how he's getting into this whole like this whole like detective noir shit. I fucking love it.
There you go.
Also, speaking of which, I need to sit down and watch Sin City, and I need to sit down and watch like a couple of noir films. It's been way too long.
There's a game we could possibly play called LA Noir.
Ooh, add it to the list. Suddenly he tenses up as if seeing your eyes upon him.
Feel free to chip in, kid. Anything catch your eye?
This place is a lot messier.
Yep. Another piece of graffiti. No blood, same as before, or this place is a mess.
Quick question.
Yes.
Was the last crime scene a mess?
The last
Kinda. Yeah.
The last crime scene had shit scrawled on the wall in blood, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But it was in an alleyway, so it would have been a mess anyway.
Yes.
But the mess means there was a fight.
Yeah, oh, there was probably definitely a struggle here. I'm just saying.
Well, no, if it was a struggle, wouldn't that mean it's probably not a powerful kindred? Like, we're only
Depends.
a barely old, and we're stronger than most.
Depends.
Mm-hmm.
Was
So it could be a thin blood.
the kind of bodybuilder?
Well, no, but we're strong enough that we can hold off like regular humans.
That's fair. So
I want to say like another piece of graffiti because
Yep.
that's what we commented on last time.
Yeah.
we don't want to point out the obvious because we know he doesn't suffer fools. We know that if we point out the obvious, he's going to think we're idiots.
So this place is a mess.
Yeah, stay away from this option, I want to say.
Okay.
Top two are the options we want to choose from, and we already know that it's Kindred that's doing this. We've already pointed that out last time.
So
Let's.
The
Another-
graffiti. So while the graffiti is the same font or the same style as before, it does say a different message.
It sure does.
also there's a handprint.
Yep.
Looks like. Shall we?
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
His gift, our fate. Yeah, there's that. What do you think it means?
It's about Cain, or it seems apocalyptic.
I want to say it's about Cain.
Same.
Yeah.
His gift? His gift? Isn't there a theory that Cain was the first vampire? Oh, it's more than a theory. To some, it's a deeply held belief. And yeah, you're right. It's about the gift of Cain. As in vampirism, our fate.
Didn't the guy at the church say that some people held vampirism or things surrounding vampirism as a religious belief that we were more than...
That we were blessed and not cursed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hipster dude, come on.
I'm starting to think that we can link the church to this.
Mm-hmm. Hipster dude. It might be hipster dude.
Oh, shit. I hate it when they do this.
It's a good thing we were not considering hipster dude in our coterie, so...
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, someone wasn't too happy to receive it. God damn it. I hate where this is going.
Which is, or why? Looks like you were right.
I want to know why. Well, no, because he seems pissed about it.
Yeah?
So, part of me wants to say why it looks like you were right. So why are you mad?
Blue Dragon Lady?
Or we can actually ask, like, where is this
Which
going?
is? Yeah, because we are still new to the whole kindred thing. We're only a week in, really.
We sure are, sweetheart.
I want to go with the top one.
Same.
Which is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is me being right about thin blood involvement. I mean,
Oh.
anyway, looks like we're getting it. We're not getting any more out of this place. No way around it. We gotta see the body.
Oh no.
Is that really necessary? Are you protecting thin bloods? Or, sure, might as well be prudent.
I would want to go with the bottom one.
Yeah, might as well. We might as well take a look. We may be able to find something that catches our eye that might dissuade the whole thin blood thing.
He seems
Because
to
right
be...
now I'm thinking the Anarchs.
He seems to be pretty upset that thin bloods are involved, though, which leads me to believe that he's sticking his neck out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thin bloods are looked down upon in
Yes.
kindred societies being weak, and so are Nosferatu to a certain extent.
Yes.
Maybe he feels a kinship with them?
Yeah.
Do you want to check the body then, or do you want to just kind of agree with him?
I want to check the body because I kind of want to help him out with protecting the thin bloods.
Okay.
Might as well be prudent.
All right, let's go check the body.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Might as well be prudent. My thoughts exactly. The Duskborn have it bad as it is. If I'm gonna accuse one of them of breaching the masquerade, I want solid evidence. And I mean rock fucking solid.
He's protecting the thin bloods.
He is.
Guaranteed he's protecting the thin bloods at this point.
Yeah.
You fucking sweetheart, dear God.
Stop being nice.
Luckily for us, I might know someone who could get us an audience with our dearly departed.
To your surprise, he pulls out his cell phone, a busted old clamshell. He flips it open and spends a good minute browsing through the contacts, muttering to himself. Finally, he makes a call.
Hey, you know who this is? Yeah, that favor you owe me. Time to deliver. Listen, I know you got a fresh one. The murder in Bed-Stuy.
Nix's Rose, welcome on in. Welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York.
Hello.
I need to take a look. Yes, now. Yeah, you'd better.
With that, he hangs up and gives you his trademark wry smile. Aren't cell phones forbidden, or are we good? He's Nosferatu. Like, they might be part of the Camarilla for the most part. That doesn't mean they follow the fucking rules. They're fucking Nosferatu.
No.
What do you want?
Yeah, are we?
Yeah. We good, fam? We good, buddy?
Lady Punit?
Are we good?
So, are we good? Yeah, we're good. Next stop, Kings County.
Yay.
Kings County, the bleeding heart of Brooklyn. It's beating as hard as ever, with ambulance after ambulance bringing in sick and wounded New Yorkers to be pumped through the tight arteries of the healthcare system. You guys have a healthcare system?
Apparently.
What's a healthcare system?
There we go. It's a dangerous place for kindred to show their face. Incessantly crowded and full of people who specialize in noticing all sorts of physical afflictions.
So you're not breathing. How are you standing?
Especially the sorts that make up the very essence of a vampire's existence. For instance, death.
You want to know how I am still standing without breathing? Spite!
The only reason I'm still alive is spite! Thankfully, your business here tonight keeps you away from the hectic human hive of the ER. Instead, you follow D'Angelo to a relatively quiet part of the underground parking lot that's closest to your current point of interest, the Kings County morgue. Having found yourself a convenient and suitably unlit spot near the hospital wall, you wait patiently for D'Angelo's contact to appear. Every now and then, you glance over at the undead gumshoe, as if to make sure his moldy mug isn't showing any signs of worry. It isn't. Or, at least, he's very good at hiding it. Finally, after 30 minutes or so, a lone figure emerges from a side entrance. As the human-shaped shadow walks by, you're quick to recognize him as the EMT you saw back at the murder site. Clearly nervous, the 20-something-year-old redhead can't seem to help but look back and make sure no one is following him. I think our contact has arrived.
Hey.
Finally, he stops and lights up a cigarette. Without even looking in your direction, he takes a puff and exclaims, seemingly to no one in particular, "Room 112. You got 20 minutes. D'Angelo speaks without looking at you.
That's our cue.
You follow the fanged detective through the same door the EMT walked out of. Luckily, this wing of the hospital seems unusually empty. Still, the confidence with which D'Angelo makes his way through the white and green corridors makes it clear he's been here before. Finally, he stops in front of one of the doors, room 112. That's your stop. The room is small, with only one oversized freezer by the wall and a single slab mounted in its center. Sure enough, the body of a middle-aged man is splayed out on its steel surface. Even for a dead man, he seems unnaturally pale. Extreme blood loss will do that to you. Try as you might, you can't help but look at the man's face, his features twisted in abject horror. This was not a peaceful death.
No.
Polar Plays! Yes, this is a Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. This is a visual novel game that we are playing. Welcome to the Idiot Book Nook every Wednesday starting at 9 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yep.
The Idiot Book Nook is hosted by myself, Blue Dragon Lady, and Lady Punit, who are both below me here.
Hello.
Critter Shy! Welcome on in. Been lurking while I was cleaning. Now I'm all done and enjoying my coffee. Glad to hear it.
Nice.
Like I said, today's going to be a bit of a shorter go, and then next week we might have a lot more for you. Depends on how we're feeling, but yeah. Looking closely, you notice 2 small puncture wounds on the victim's neck. If ever there was a clear sign of a vampire attack, you've yet to see it. Looking over at D'Angelo, you notice his lips moving in a familiar fashion. He's narrating again. Before you can utter an intelligible word, before he can utter an intelligible word, you cut in with a remark. Sucked dry just like the last one? Are those teeth marks, or look at his face?
I'd say look
This
at
is
his
after
face.
you lick it.
Sorry, what was that, Lady Punit?
The wound closes after we lick it. We were taught that our second night.
Which means somebody didn't close the wound.
Or they couldn't.
Or they couldn't.
Because it doesn't leave marks behind when we suck them dry.
So it looks like we're one of the bottom 2.
I want to say look at his face because his face was kind of petrified in abject horror.
Yep. He did have that horrified look on his face. What do you think, Punit?
That's true too. Because I don't think faces usually freeze in horror.
Mm-mm.
Not until rigor mortis kicks in, and even then, usually the face is relaxed.
Mm.
So what are we thinking? Do we need
One of the bottom 2.
Do we need to roll a dice?
Probably.
Odds, teeth, and evens is look at his face.
It is a 6.
Let's look at his face.
Look at his face, my dude.
Jesus, the look on his face. It's like nightmare fuel. No kidding. Which means he was fully aware all the way through. He knew he was dying.
It's even weirder.
Yeah.
The bite makes you emit bliss.
Yeah, the bite gives the kind bliss.
So
As in happiness,
someone-
not our friend Bliss Star.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry.
how did he know if he was being given bliss?
Give me one quick sec. I'm actually just going to go ahead and quickly clip that because I want to send that to Bliss later on. Which means they didn't close the puncture wound, and he felt everything. Which means somebody either didn't care, somebody wasn't in control of themselves, or somebody couldn't.
Maybe this isn't a kindred.
You thinking it's an impersonation?
It could be.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes.
Because getting bitten in the neck hurts.
Yes, it
like
does.
A motherfucker if you bite hard enough.
It does. It's a very sensitive area. Not to mention you have one of your main bodily arteries in your neck.
Yep.
Which, combined with the blood loss and the teeth marks on his neck, confirms our hypothesis.
Thin bloods?
We have a serial thin blood in our hands. Fuck.
As if on cue, the door swings open. A tired-looking man with a stethoscope around his neck walks in. With his eyes fixed on his clipboard, he doesn't appear to notice you. Yet.
Oh shit.
We have a second feeding opportunity tonight. Or we can lie our way out of it, or we can hide behind the freezer. Excuse me while excuse me while we just like feed on everybody we come across like ever.
So, we do not have the whole, like, blood frame in our visual anymore.
Correct.
Which
we
means
have fed,
we
which
may have gotten... Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
we have fed, which means we should be satiated. We could we could add some blood to the blood bank.
I mean... Should we?
I don't know. It's
I'm actually going to say no on this one.
defeating.
To feeding, and the reason is we've got a murder victim, and then if the doctor shows up as either unconscious or murdered, we were told the detective is more of a stealth thing. We fed last time because we had to. We had no choice. We didn't know if we were going to get a second one, and we didn't want anything to happen when we eventually met our sister. It's not necessary this time, and every time we feed, it risks discovery. It risks breaking the masquerade. Especially if cops and then suddenly a doctor show up.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to try lying our way out of it because of the fact that if it turns into us utilizing our abilities, that could that could make us need to feed again.
Yeah,
so I'd say hide behind the freezer.
Which beats the whole purpose of having fed in the first place. We're right back to square one. I totally agree with that line of logic. So, Lady Punit, what do you think?
Let's hide. I don't want to feed on him because also it's a morgue, so chances are there's cameras.
Good call.
Also, we can play dead.
Good call. So, let's hide behind the freezer. Quickly and quietly, you hop behind the oversized freezer, hoping D'Angelo will follow suit.
He doesn't need to.
Pressed against the wall, you tense up, hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. The room, however, remains silent. You peer out from behind the freezer to assess the situation. The doctor calmly looks over at the victim, jots something down on his clipboard, and walks out. If you could breathe a sigh of relief, you would. So hard. D'Angelo materializes from the shadows lingering against the wall across from you. And he gives you a slight nod.
Yeah! Nice save, kid. My first instinct was to jump him. But hey, whatever works.
We just got praise from D'Angelo, man!
Yeah!
Now come on, let's get out of here.
We were told we had 20 minutes. That didn't feel like 20 minutes.
Time to pay our dear Primogen another visit.
Yay.
Robert Larson's home looks about the same as last time. No added security, no angry dogs prowling the yard. It appears that the thin-blood Primogen would rather risk another visit to from his old pal D'Angelo than to arouse suspicion of his family and neighbors. Which is good, considering what he's about to get. Sure enough, the light in Larson's study is on, and you even catch a glimpse of the man himself shuffling around the room. You look over at D'Angelo, wondering how you're going to get Larson's attention this time. Let's bite another dog walker! That ought to work!
Yeah,
that worked so well last time.
Without a single word, D'Angelo walks over to a nearby street lamp and leans against it, making sure he's visible to any and all who happen to look. Looks like the time for subtlety is over.
Ooh.
It only takes a couple of minutes for Larson to take notice. You see him lean against the window and storm out of the room. In mere seconds, he's out in front and in D'Angelo's face.
Ooh.
Listen to me, you moldy fuck.
Hey.
I've had just about enough of your shit. You want to pester me? Fine, but leave my family out of it. For a moment, D'Angelo just stands there motionless, allowing Larson to get his frustrations out. Suddenly, he grabs the thin blood by the collar and lifts him off the ground and smashes his back against the lamppost.
Oh.
Somebody done pissed D'Angelo off.
He's mad.
I think it was the comment we made earlier about his balls falling off.
Are you finished? Alright. Now you listen to me, and listen good. You think I'm enjoying this? You think I like to be jerked around? You think I got nothing better to do than hang around this little puppet theater you made for yourself? Now, either you give me a lead I can follow, or I'll start remembering things you'd rather forget.
For the first time since he met him, Larson looks speechless. His eyes wide with fear, he could only mutter under his breath. You wouldn't dare.
Oh.
Try me.
Cue awkward silence. You stand there, shifting your eyes from one vampire to another. Guess it's time to either press the advantage or play the good cop. Come on, Larson. Come on, Larson, spit it out. Take it easy, D'Angelo, or let's all just calm down. Because in the history of telling people to calm down has always calmed people down every time. Just...
Okay.
Larson?
So,
Larson? Please just cooperate.
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. D'Angelo is playing bad cop right now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He is an LA noir nut.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is. Which means he's probably expecting us to fill a role. He's very much into the whole noir thing, as we've seen with his narrating. He sees himself as the hero with no way out, or the protagonist with no way out. The doomed protagonist, if you will.
Yep.
He's probably expecting us to step in and play the good guy, which would also paint us in a better light.
Yep.
They know D'Angelo. They know who he is. They know what he's capable of, obviously. We're still new to the scene.
Yes.
And D'Angelo likes it when we play along.
Yes.
Or if we do a certain type of role.
Yes.
I don't think we want to do like, okay, everyone, calm down. Let's do take it easy, D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, calm down.
We're agreed then?
Take it easy. Yeah, take
Cool.
it easy, D'Angelo.
Take it easy, D'Angelo. Let's not make a scene. Why not? I like making a scene.
No? Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. He's a Nosferatu. They're not about making scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're getting shit done. Might as well make a show of it.
If you want my help, put me the fuck down. With his feet back on the ground, Larson straightens his collar in a faint attempt at preserving some shred of dignity.
You don't got
Uh-huh.
There's a place in Manhattan, Lower East Side. One of the few places in the city where my people can find shelter.
Yeah, I know it.
If you go there right now, you might find what you're looking for.
He was
D'Angelo stares at him for a moment, just long enough to make it uncomfortable.
Weed. Better.
Finally, D'Angelo loosens his grip. You both watch Larson limp back into his house, looking over his shoulder, like he's going to tell the teacher on you. You look to your
Why the fuck is he limping?
You what?
Why the fuck is he limping?
I mean, to be fair, D'Angelo just threw him against a street lamp.
Also,
That's
he's
true.
a thin blood. He's not. They're not as tough as regular kindred.
Yep.
Fair.
You look to your partner, meaning to ask what that whole things you'd rather forget deal was, as if sensing your curiosity. D'Angelo cuts in with a preemptive mutter.
Come on. We got what we came for.
As you reach the address Larson gave you, you find yourselves standing in front of what looks like an old garage. On the outside, the place looks as uninteresting as it gets. You'd think it abandoned, if not for a few barely working lights illuminating its shabby facade. Once you're inside, however, if ever there was a place worthy of being called a wretched hive of scum and villainy, this is probably it. The room is littered with drunks and crackheads, humans and thin blood alike, their minds lost in their cruel little worlds, their bodies splayed out across the floor. D'Angelo leans over and whispers in your ear.
I'll cover the back door. You stay near the front. Let's look around and see what we can find.
Aye, aye, sir.
Before you can ask exactly what you're supposed to be looking for, D'Angelo disappears into the shadows. So, look around quietly, flush out the killer, or auspex.
We should have fed on the doctor.
We should have. I still kind of want to use the auspex.
The aspects would be the. Okay, here's the thing though. We might not get the bloody scream.
We might not, because we have fed, which means we've essentially, for lack of better words, filled our blood gauge back up, which means we might not. It might only take one feeding to get to that point. We don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave us two options in case, like.
We decided not to the first time.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Because we gotta find the killer.
We have to.
Auspex?
Auspex.
Aspects.
Auspex.
And hope.
Focusing your senses, you plunge into the full spectrum of the room, hoping to hear someone or something worthy of attention. You regret it almost instantly. The room becomes a deafening echo chamber of a sea of babbling lunatics, of muttered curses and drug-induced ramblings.
Right, I forgot.
You're almost ready to give up when a faint whisper catches your attention. A female voice, soft and trembling. Somebody's scared.
That'd be worth it for the sensory overload.
Somebody's scared.
Yep.
The gift he
The gift.
speaks to.
Yeah, the gift. He speaks to us. The blood speaks. A few words are enough to tell you you've just hit the jackpot. You follow the voice to its source, a young woman hunched in the corner of the room. As you walk towards her, D'Angelo emerges from the shadows right next to you.
Nice catch.
Thank you.
He kneels down beside her. You can tell he's trying to sound as comforting as possible, but with his gravelly timbre, it's not really working out.
Hey, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you. We just want to talk.
Lady Punit, would you like to take this one?
No. Don't talk. Too loud. Too loud.
She seems halfway out of it. It's like the lights are on, but whoever's inside is stumbling around after one hell of a bender. It sounds like somebody broke her.
Probably.
Question is, did they break her before turning her, after turning her, or during? If they broke her during the, if they broke her during her during turning her, I mean, turning helps you. It helps establish what kind of vampire you're going to be, right? It draws on your personality. If somebody broke her while turning her, that's gonna affect who she is for the rest of existence.
It also depends on what kind of kindred embraced her.
True.
Yep.
All right. You like quiet. Got it. Can you tell me your name?
Xana. That's what he called me.
Suddenly, you hear the door swing open behind you. Even though the night is fairly warm, a cold chill runs down your spine. You look towards the entrance. There's a woman standing there, and something about her just screams kindred. Even though she seems comically overdressed for the situation, somehow you don't feel like cracking a smile. Whoever she is, you can tell she means business. She starts making her way to the back of the room, not making any effort to sidestep any of the junkies and drunks. They all know well enough to get out of her way. She's been here before. Acting out of bravery or sheer stupidity, you walk up to her. She looks at you as if you were something she just scraped off of her shoe. You smile nervously without even knowing it. Hello there, and who might you be? Hey, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this? Or, hold it, what's your business here?
Charming's gonna work.
Charming's not gonna work. The brat energy is probably not gonna work here. Let's throw some balls behind it.
Yep.
Hello there, and who might you be?
Who are you? Hello there.
As soon as you open your mouth, her hand shoots out, grabbing you by the throat.
Oh.
Breathe.
The woman looks at you, tilting her head as if examining a curious species of insect. Suddenly, her eyes shift as she notices something behind you. Her face turns from disgusted curiosity to sheer annoyance.
Holy shit, that is a beehive of a head.
You.
She kind of selfie.
Kinda. You.
Me?
Hey, Val. That's my assistant you got there. Do you mind?
She rolls her eyes. You feel the grip on your neck loosen, and you awkwardly fall to your feet. She makes her way towards D'Angelo, pushing you aside like a rag doll.
Rude.
Where is she?
Valerie.
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific, darling.
Don't play coy, Ginny. The manslayer. I know she's here. A blood hunt has begun. By order of the prince herself, the girl is to meet her final death.
Ooh.
Familiar.
Hold your horses, honey. I'm conducting an investigation under the auspices of the sheriff. That counts for something, too.
Look, sweetie. I'm not here for some clit measuring contest. You want this to get ugly? Be my guest. Otherwise, I suggest you step aside and let me do my job.
Wait, Valerie just called D'Angelo Ginny.
Yep.
Is D'Angelo transgender?
We don't know.
Did she misgender D'Angelo?
Called him Ginny, and also said, I'm not here for a clit measuring contest.
Bitch.
Ah!
By all means.
Wait.
He steps aside in a comically exaggerated fashion. You look at the corner where you last saw Santa, but find no trace of the girl.
Well, I'll be. I could swear she was just here.
I love you, D'Angelo.
Valerie looks at D'Angelo. She smiles softly, but you can tell she's trying very hard not to rip his head off. You'll regret this.
Story of my life.
What if D'Angelo's Nosferatu disfigurement goes a little further than we first suspected? What if he's not actually a guy?
Oh.
But wait,
still.
the game refers to him as he, him pronouns.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware. But as with Vampire the Masquerade, things aren't always as they appear.
Fair.
I vote to put forward that D'Angelo is gender fluid, mask presenting,
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
and uses all pronouns and just doesn't care because gender is a construct made by society.
Gender is a social construct. We may find out, we may not. Let's move forward. Without another word, she turns on her heel and storms out. D'Angelo waves his hand in your general direction.
Come on, kid. Let's get out of this shithole.
Could just be how she talks to you. You're absolutely right, Critter. As you emerge from said shithole, you feel the cool night breeze caress your face. It's soothing and almost makes you forget how shitty the last few hours have been. Almost.
Okay, kid. I know you've got questions, but it's getting early, and I don't like having a Q&A session like right now.
Okay.
For now, you get one question. Make it count.
Oh, fuck. One?
Who the hell is Valerie? Do you know where the girl went, or what do we do now? I don't want to waste it on what do we do now. We'll figure that out eventually.
Go.
Yeah.
He knows who Valerie is. I'm curious about her.
I recognize the name. I think I've heard it in, like, either the tabletop games or it might be in, like, lore.
I kind of want to know where the girl went, but that's something we may have to piece together.
More than likely. I want to know who this Valerie bitch is.
Yeah, who's Valerie?
Valerie, huh? Who the hell is she? She's a scourge, kid. Part enforcer, part assassin, all around pain in the ass. If she finds that girl before we do, we'll never find out why she did what she did. And before you ask, yes, we've run into each other in the past. No, I don't feel like talking about it.
Oh my god, is she your ex?
Probably.
Alright, kid. I don't know about you, but I'm turning in. I'll figure some stuff out and keep looking out for our girl. Feel free to swing by the office in a night or two.
And with that, he stumbles off into the distance, not even bothering to keep to the shadows. Can't say you blame him. It's really been a rough night. It's been a really rough night.
It has.
So, we now come to the part of the night where we rest. So,
And
as
just
we rest...
in time, too.
1 second.
And no blood around the corners.
And we are going to save and exit. And I'm going to go into my settings, and I'm going to quickly just turn the volume down here. So, what did we learn today?
We learned about Valerie, who's a scourge, who, to my knowledge of Camarilla hierarchy, she is... So where the sheriff is like the right-hand man of the prince, the scourge is the left hand. They deal in shadow work.
Yep.
They do all the messy stuff for the prince. The sheriff can do it, but the scourge is like, no, I'm gonna like make it bloody.
Yep. Agent 187, thank you for sticking around. We hope you enjoyed that. Give me 1 second here.
And thank you for the Kadir emotes.
Yes, thank you for the Kadir emotes. We love them. If you want to figure out where we go next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. From what we have talked about, it sounds like we may have some extra time on our hands next week, so we may be able to go a bit longer. Today's just a really cramped day for me and for Lady Punit, so...
And for me as well.
Yeah, so we've got like a lot of shit that's happening and whatnot, so I mean, it's just an all-around busy day for all of us. But next Wednesday at 9 a.m. in Mountain Time, and I don't know how long we're going to go for.
As long as the three of us don't have shit going on next Wednesday, there's a possibility we could potentially finish this game.
Yep. Thank you for the stream. Hope you have a great day. Thank you very much for coming by, Critter. I will try and keep next Wednesday clear. I would also like to mention that I am coming up to term end. I've already finished 2 of my finals, which means I only have 1 more to go, and that's on the 17th. So that'll be 9 days from today. 9 days from today. So that's next Friday, which means I should be clear next Wednesday. I'm not going to have anything overly exciting to do for the next week and a half to 2 weeks. So, yeah. I'm also going to be starting up crafting streams a bit more, I think. We'll see how that goes. I'm working on a project right now. I can't wait to show you guys. You guys get to see kind of my process and whatnot.
Yay.
But, again, if you like this, come join us. If you want to follow us on social media, I'm linktr.ee/blazewing2010. Blue Dragon Lady is linktr.ee/the Reading Dragon Official, I believe. And Lady Punit is paulina.avalon on TikTok. I will eventually get those set up in commands because I don't have my my touch portal here. I apologize for that. But that is our social media. I'm going to have to put in like a specific queue just for that. if you're looking to recap the sessions for the last 2 weeks, today and last week, I have not yet got them uploaded to YouTube. They will be there hopefully this week. I will be doing my best to get them uploaded. If you're looking for the podcast for the Patreon, that is not up today because I was not able to upload anything last night. My apologies. What else? Thursdays, we have Japanese language classes in the Discord. Saturdays, we have movie day in the Discord. Every other Sunday, so not this week, but next week, we have the Debauchery Tea Party. I think that's pretty much it. I should really, just make myself a list.
Yeah.
Just
like a schedule list.
Got a lot of shit going on. That being said, who do we want to go raid today? Who's online?
Something vampire related.
Yeah, something related to what we've just been doing, so
Bam.
that way they...
Does anyone in chat know of anybody that could use a raid?
We do. There is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt for category.
Ooh.
Or there's
Ooh,
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Ooh.
Let's go see who's on in the Blood Hunt category. Give me 1 second. There's only one person streaming a Blood Hunt, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
As for...
Also,
go ahead.
Also, we learned that Kadir may have been a dad as a human.
That's an assumption on our part.
Oh god, wait a second. What if it's a test?
Could be.
What if he wants to see, what we'll do? How far will we go to keep the masquerade? Because I don't know if we've thought of a clever lie yet for why we can't be in contact with our sister without breaking masquerade. Nacho Cypher does not seem to be that smart.
Correct.
He is.
Let's see here.
That smart. He is not a smart boy.
Let's take a look at the vampire category. Maybe it's both. It very well could be. I'm gonna go check out this person. Make sure they're good. 1 second, folks. 1 quick second.
Holding.
Bleh.
It's been a second.
Yeah, Twitch is having issues letting. I might have to restart my computer. My computer's been kind of laggy the last day or two, so.
It doesn't look like there's... Oh, wait, there is some people. There's a few people who are streaming Vampire, apparently.
Yep. I'm actually going to go raid an individual by the name of Marshall Survival, who's playing Vampire. We're going to go say hi. We're going to go spread some love. Give this person a follow. They've only got 15 followers at the moment. If you like their content, show them some love. Okay? Apparently, psychologist, likes jujitsu and survival games, and a huge fan of Attack on Titan. So, all-around nerd, which means probably awesome people.
Yay.
Again, let's go spread some love. I love y'all faces, guys, and we will see you, hopefully, next week for more Idiot Book Nook.
Yay.
One moment. I'm having some issues. One moment. I'm having issues starting the raid. Guys, we may not be raiding anybody this morning, it looks like. OBS does not want to allow me to raid anybody, so I'm going to have to look into that. We're just going to cut stream. I apologize for that, and we will see you guys next week.